Mr. Steve here with another Bali news update. Today's date is August the 30th, Sunday, 2020. And in this episode, we'll be looking at the latest COVID data coming out of Bali. It's not great news. And we'll have a close look at Governor Wayan Koster and why is he starting to lose patience.
Mr. Steve! Mr. Steve!
You may recall it was August the 17th when I put out this video. No overseas tourists until 2021. And I got quite a bit of flack from viewers of that video who said, how do you know? Nothing's been announced yet. It's not official. Well, it's official now because Governor Wayan Koster announced it at a press conference on August the 23rd. In the press conference, he announced that after considering all the current factors that are of serious concern, it can't be done. He was referring to opening the borders on September the 11th as originally planned, and now throughout 2020. Citing an increase in COVID-19 cases and a high death rate in Indonesia, the Indonesian government will not allow foreign tourists, explained Costa. The cases are still increasing. It is not possible to open Bali for foreign tourists, which we originally planned for September the 11th. Now, just 3 days later, he held another press conference. This time, he signed a new decree that made not wearing a mask illegal in public. People caught not wearing a mask outside their home in Bali will now be fined 100,000 rupiah, which is about 10 Australian dollars. Fines will be even tougher for businesses that do not enforce the new law with their employees. If a business is caught with employees not wearing masks, they will face an initial fine of 1 million rupiah. Subsequent violations could result in the business temporarily losing its license, which is getting a bit draconian, in my opinion. Then just 2 days later, on August the 28th, Governor Wayan Koster came out with this amazing statement, saying Bali is not reopening because the people are not orderly. He went on to say that the third stage, which was the planned reopening for September the 11th, cannot be implemented because cases are still fluctuating, he explained. The people are not orderly. Apart from that, business actors who are not orderly also make our tourism image less good, whereas the key is discipline. Governor Costa said he had received many reports of employees not following health protocols, such as failing to wear masks while serving guests and domestic tourists. I've had a meeting, he said, with the PHRI, the Indonesian Association of Restaurant and Hotels. There I emphasised that if someone is not orderly, just revoke their licence, he concluded. So he really is starting to lose patience. One, he's blaming the people of Bali for not being able to implement his plans to open the third stage on September the 11th. And then he comes out and starts introducing fines for people not wearing a mask out in public, out in the open, even while you're riding your scooter. And now he's blaming everybody for not being orderly, for the plans not being implemented, and threatening restaurants and bars and the like with a loss of license. So I wonder if this is what is bothering Governor Wayan Koster, the latest data. Now you can see here, this is quite a bit of a spike through June and into the start of July. But then in the start of July, things started really coming down again. And this line here is July the 31st, when he opened the borders to domestic tourism. But you can see it still keeps going down because obviously those results don't come through for at least a week, and it doesn't really take into account the incubation period. Somebody could be asymptomatic and carrying the virus. But look, just a couple of weeks in and suddenly the curve starts shooting up quite dramatically till now, where we're getting cases here in the 90s, 80 pluses per day, and it's really starting to ramp up. So I don't think he's going to be too happy with that at the moment. Well, that's your Bali news update for August the 30th. I'm Mr. Steve, and hopefully I'll have another one up for you by the end of the week. Anything happens in the meantime, let me know.
Mr. Steve! Mr. Steve!